Two teams that faced off just 16 hours ago come back to the Flyers Northeast Skate Zone for a rematch here this afternoon. Michael Joseph's Robert Moore's squad getting the win last night, improving to 500 to 11-10, looking to get 2 wins in their trip to the Northeast Philadelphia. The Owls, led by Adam Calabrese, will be on their way to split here today. The Colonials were led by Connor Moran, and these two teams matchup just last night, scoring 2 goals in the second period in a 4-3 win over the Owls. Trevor Kohlberg also put one in the back of the net in the second period, and Travis Strutt had the eventual game-winning goal in the third period. Julian Rudolph put 2 in the back of the net for the Owls, and Robert Pilarski scored late in the third to attempt to surge back into the game, but it wasn't enough as the Robert Morris Colonials eventually came out with a 4-3 victory here in Northeast Philadelphia at the Flyers Skate Zone. Temple's introductions are going on right now. Starting for Temple will be Nolan Sauer, Ian Stonefield, Ryan Bachutsky, Brandon Barrett, and number 39, Aiden Croce. And in goal, Alexei Maitre. For Robert Morris. The national anthem is about to be underway here in Northeast Philadelphia. That concludes the playing of our national anthem. Starting for Robert Morris will be number 24, Robert Byrne. Number 15, that is Anthony Chiaramonte. Number 27, Garrett Walker. Number 18, David Zoner, or Connor Moran, excuse me. And number 25, Nathan Isaac. In net for them will be Caleb McCabe, 2-3 record on the year, 863 save percentage. Maitre in net for the Owls, 1-0 record, 980 save percentage. So we're about to get underway here in the Northeast Skate Zone. Referee ready for a puck drop. Taking the face-off for Temple will be Ryan Bachutsky. Taking it for Robert Morris will be Garrett Walker. And Temple wins the faceoff. Moving up fast, Bachutsky into the Colonial zone. Behind the net, passes to the slot. No one there. Sauer shot. Kicked off a Temple player. Barrett fighting for it along the left side. As long as Croce. Moving up the ice is Connor Moran, Robert Morris's leader last night. Sauer looks behind. Turns it over, almost an easy goal for Robert Morris. Maitre gets over there, moving up the net, or moving up the ice was Croce, but now there is a call on the ice. Was there a whistle? I'm not sure what the whistle was for. Same line, staying out for Temple. Robert Morris changed. Bachutsky loses the faceoff. Robert Morris shot, save, kicked away with the puck now behind the net. Patton up to the point to Isaac. Isaac sends it down. Now Barrett's got it going the other way. 3 defenders surrounding him. Now turn it over, and it is flipped up and over the Temple bench. And it will be a face-off. Again, these two teams facing off just last night at 8:40 here at the Flyers Northeast Skate Zone. And Robert Morris came out with a victory, 4-3, led by Connor Moran. Face-off won by Robert Morris. Up the right side. Back behind Draves, going to get it in his own zone. Chased by Keith Reed. Hit Lansdowne in the boards. Back to Lansdowne behind the net. Hit by Patton. And the net still. Draves hits it out to Pilarski. Pilarski moving up the right side of the ice. Serves it to Rudolph. Rudolph moving up the right. Trying to find an open man back behind the net. Still looking, turns it over. Ringwood got it, flips it to Rudolph. Rudolph shot, no, left wide. Flipped up. Now going in back to the Temple zone. It will be an icing. Robert Morris tried to slide sub past the referees, but he caught that, was unable to do so. Patrick Salacio, Nick Gross, Nolan Sauer, Seth Lerner, and Joseph Stalacio, 2 brothers on the ice together. Behind the net. Patrick Stalacio hits it back over to Sauer along the boards. Sauer off the boards, trying to find Gross, unable to find him. Flips it up. Lerner tips it, so it will not be icing. Lerner behind the net, waiting for Temple to start a rush. Now moving up the ice, moving quickly, dumps it into the Colonial zone. Behind the net with it is Hunter Hodgson. Still looking, serves it up to number 21, that is Apu de la Fuente. Now serves back to Sauer. Sauer up to Salacio, who gets a big hit from Andrew Finnegan. Robert Morris turns it over in the neutral zone. Salacio flips it into the Colonial zone, looking for a line change. On comes Blake Richmond, Jordan Janish, Jake Lang. Moving into the zone on the left side of the net, going around the net, tries to pass in the middle, no one home. Richmond's got it going the other way, up to Janish. Janish missed it. Tries to flip it in back to the Temple zone, gets deflected off its own teammate. Moving the other way is Lang. Lang shoots it into the Colonial zone. Lang putting on, that was Richmond putting on some pressure. Lang also doing the same. Charles Phillips racing back for it. He's got Stonefield on the other side. At the point, Robert Morris shoots towards net, no hit away. Shot in the middle. Flipped out by Phillips. Phillips will cause an icing. Not sure he meant to do that. He was just looking for an open teammate. Was unable to find one. Temple. Robert Morris still 0-0 score. About 3 minutes and 20 seconds into this game. Taking the face-off will be Blake Richmond. And for Robert Morris, taking that one was number 11, Trevor Kohlberg. Richmond with it, fighting for it. Now Janus racing for it against Matthew Perdue. Behind the net with it is number 24, Robert Byrne. Fighting, turned over, Barrett right on that shot. Saved by McCabe. Shot again from Barrett. Kick to the left, Lansdowne with it at the point. Lansdowne goes back down the left, across the boards. Croce fighting. Still fighting. Tied up down behind the net. Croce falls over. Now it's kicked away. Barrett with it. Barrett looking, turns around and back to Buchutski. Buchutski misses over to Croce. Croce right to Buchutski. Was unable to get it cleanly. Draves racing back along with Lansdowne. Draves behind the net. Looking, starting to push. Gives it to Lansdowne on his left. Lansdowne pushing up the left side of the ice. Fires it into the Colonial zone. Buchutski racing. Coming off is Drave and Lansdowne. Coming on is Sauer and Lerner. Racing back. Moving up the ice is Garrett Walker. Garrett Walker fighting with Bachutsky and right in front of the net. Robert Morse with it at the point. Shot. Save by Maitre. Moving up the ice now is Julian Rudolph. Dumps into the Robert Morse zone. Moving up the ice, Robert Morse fires back in. Sauer back into the Colonial zone. Gives Temple's defense some time. Shot by Rudolph. Saved by McCabe. Out to Sauer. Sauer at the point. Sauer shot. She shoots. He scores. What a shot there by Nolan Sauer from the point in the top left of the net. Just as last night, Temple goes up 1-0 in the first period. Just 5 minutes and 16 seconds into this first period, Temple leads. Not sure if McCabe had an eye on that one. Snuck past him. It'll be 1-0 Temple. Temple's first shot on goal gets in the back of the net. Nolan Sauer huntering with it in their own zone. Back to Sauer. Sauer up to Rudolph. Rudolph pushing the other way with a sea of Colonial defenders around him. Tries to give back to Pilarski, unable to do so. I believe Temple's looking to make a change here. Rudolph coming off. Stonefield on. Phillips on. Carter Povazan on. Shot. Saved by Maitre. Trying to handle the puck behind the net. Unable to do so. Gives it back to Stonefield. Stonefield flips it off the boards up to Ringwood. Ringwood holds, waits for his team. Flips over. Now tipped away from a Robert Morse defender. That was Keith Reed. Keith Reed. Now Phillips up this left side. Over to Ringwood. Robert Morse missed the pass. Turnover. Ringwood dumps it into the Colonial zone. Ringwood coming off. Coming on for him will be Nick Gross. Robert Morse, another turnover. Salasio has it, moving up the left side. Kicked away by McCabe. Gross, shot on net. Tipped away from a Temple offenseman right in front of the net. Povazan couldn't get a full stick on it. Salasio on the other side, and Phillips. Michael Joseph yelling at his bench. Carter Povazan fighting for it. Stonefield and Phillips moving back. Salasio chasing. Phillips after being kicked away from Maitre. Phillips moving up the left, making some moves. Jake Lang fires it into the Colonial zone. Little pushing and shoving from Lang and Apu De La Fuente moving up the left side. Shot on net right into the chest of Maitre. That shot, I believe, was from number 17, Tyler Draper. I could be incorrect, though. It'll be a face-off in Temple zone. Taking it for Robert Morse will be number 11, Trevor Kohlberg. Taking it for Temple will be number 14, Blake Richmond. Richmond wins. Dumped to the other side is Jake Lang. Moving up is Janus looking for the puck. Can't find it. Was still behind him. Right under us. Now it's back into the Temple defensive zone. Lands down, giving chase. Moves it up, dumps it to Janus. And now it'll be a Robert Morris puck going back the other way. Pass up to number 20. That was Braden Martin. Flipped it into the Temple zone. Now back behind the net. Jake Lang has it going the other way. Flips it against the boards. Was unable to clear. Going back around the other side to number 11. That is Trevor Kohlberg again. Fighting. Still some stick fighting going on with Connor Moran. And that is also Blake Richmond. Still fighting for the puck behind the net. Now it comes loose. Dakota Draves will go for it. Over to Jake Lang. Jake Lang flips it back into the Robert Morris or Temple zone. Temple thought it was offsides. Still fighting for it is Draves. Draves 2-on-2 with Lang. Has him with him. Shot. Saved by McCabe. Little pushing and shoving after the play from Jake Lang. Frustrated. He looked like he shoved number 13. That was Hunter Hodgson. He is also now coming off the ice. Referee is discussing with Michael Joseph. arguing why that wouldn't be a penalty. Taking for Temple is Bachutsky. Taking for Robert Morris was Garrett Walker. Behind the net is number 24, Robert Byrne. Flips it over to number 15. That is Anthony Chiaramonte. Shot wide. Croce flips it up to Bachutsky. Bachutsky's got Barrett with him. Tries to pass. Was unable to get it fully. Back to Croce. Croce wasn't able to get the shot off either. Barrett looks for Sauer. Sauer on the other side. Cross ice. Tries to dump it down behind the net. Retrieved by Robert Morris. Now it's going back the other way. Missed the pass. Sauer in the Temple zone. Now moving the other way. Tries to give it to Lerner. It's tipped by a defender. That was number 15, Anthony Chiaramonte. Moving up, Sauer. Sauer. Pass to Ringwood. Flipped up. Ringwood still fighting for it. Trying to move. Is getting shoved down. That was by number 22, Matthew Perdue. Just fan on the pass. Robert Morris looks a little sluggish with their passes this afternoon. Barrett. Or Julian Rudolph moving up the left side. Moving quickly. Shot. Save by McCabe on his right pad side. Phillips over to Pilarski. Julian Rudolph moving up the right side. Sea of defenders around him. Over to Robert Morris. That's number 16. That was Giovanni Palombo. Wasn't able to fully get it. Now racing forward is Sean Patton along with Ian Stonefield. Ian Stonefield hits him into the boards. Rudolph back to Ringwood. Ringwood. And it is offsides. A little bit of stick was caught in under Ringwood's arm. He's still holding on to the stick. Not sure what that little move was. A little bit of trash talk going on between Ringwood and Tyler Draper. Ringwood making faces towards the Robert Morris bench. Ringwood was fighting with Tyler Draper, caught his stick under his arm. Gross loses the face-off to Draper. With the puck behind the net is Hunter Hodgson moving up the left side. Defenseman flips it back into the Temple zone. It is tipped off of Dakota Drave, so no icing. Flip off the boards. Trying to keep it in the zone was Hunter Hodgson again. Behind the net, flip right on net. Hit away by Temple. I believe that was Draves. That will be a whistle. No substitutions allowed. Gross against Draper. Gross wins. Moving up is Patrick Salasio. 1-on-2 he is. He's got no teammates with him. Here comes Gross. Tries to find a teammate. He's got Draves. Draves fans on the shot. He's got to hustle back. Robert Morris flips up now. Moving up the left side of the ice. Shot. Saved by Maitre. That shot was by number 21, Alejandro Apud de la Fuente. Wasn't really able to get as much speed on that as he would have liked. Both teams making changes. Face-off will be taken from Garrett Walker for Robert Morris and Blake Richmond for Temple. Batting around. Still kept in the Robert Morris zone up towards the net. Sauer catches it and puts it down. With the puck, number 13. That is Hunter Hodgson. Trying to flip somewhere behind the net now. Fighting with his Lerner. Lerner over to Jake Lang. Jake Lang has it, flips it against the boards. Trying to clear the zone up to Janish. Janish couldn't find it. Now Richmond's got it. Janish fighting with Andrew Finnegan behind the net to get the puck. Behind the net still is Anthony Chiaramonte. Now Richmond fighting. Back to Lerner. Lerner back to Richmond. Big hit from Anthony Chiaramonte on Seth Lerner. Seth Lerner telling the Temple bench he needs to come off. Another shot by Nolan Sauer. No, wide left. Now Sauer coming off. Phillips coming on. Stonefield came on for Lerner, and there's a bunch of pushing and shoving going on in the corner. Big hit there from Andrew Finnegan. More trash talk going, as was last night. Both teams making a pretty big line change. Bachusky coming on, Brendan Barrett coming on, Aiden Croce coming on, Stonefield and Phillips, the defenseman for Temple. Face off, won by Bachusky. Stonefield flips it behind the net. Croce racing for it against Sean Patton. Bachusky, Stonefield up to Barrett. It will be no icing as it was tipped. Croce up into the net, flipped off of a Robert Morris Colonial defender. 1-0 still here. 6 shots on goal from Temple. 1 found in the back of the net. 8 shots on goal from Robert Morris, and Maitre has yet to let one in. Bachusky taking the face-off for Temple. Keith Reed taking it for Robert Morris. Stonefield fires it into the Robert Morris zone. Croce racing for it. Croce trying to find Barrett, unable to do so. Back to the left side. Moving up the ice is Giovanni Palombo. Palombo trying to find a teammate, was unable to do so. Behind the net is Giovanni Palombo fighting with Bachusky. Back to cross ice, nobody home for Robert Morris. Stonefield going the other way. He's got Barrett with him. He's got Croce with him. Bachusky behind him. Shot wide left. Now it's going way back down the other side of the ice. Charles Phillips racing for it. Bachusky with him. Stonefield with him. Croce coming off the ice. Pilarski coming on. Tries to pass, turns the puck over right in front of the net. It's tied up. Back to the left. Shot. No rebound. No rebound. Just in the blocker hand of Maitre. Looks like a full line change here from Temple. Pilarski will stay on. Lansdowne. Rudolph. Ringwood. Draves also on. Right in front of the net. They shoot, they score. Very quick goal right off the face-off, scored by number 20, Braden Martin. Lucky right on the spot. He was right on the backhand of Braden Martin's stick. Got past Maitre. Very lucky bounce there for Robert Morris. Robert Morris bench cheering them on. Ringwood face-offs with Garrett Walker. Garrett Walker won. Back to Ringwood, back to Rudolph in the Robert Morris zone. Rudolph trying to make a move, gets tripped up, and that'll be a penalty. Temple will go on the power play. Penalty there from Hunter Hogsden. Not happy with the call. Tripping is the call. Temple will be on the power play for the next 2 minutes until 4 minutes and 47 seconds is left. The story of last night was a lot of penalties for both sides. First penalty here with 6 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. They will clear. Lansdowne tried to bat it down, keep it in the zone, was unable to do. Pilarski back up to Ringwood. Ringwood tries to serve it to Barrett. Barrett, now Ringwood going into the Colonial zone. All 4 Colonial defenders back. Barrett at the point, makes a move to his right, gets tripped again. No call. Pilarski gets tied up with number 18, Connor Moran. Lansdowne making a push with Ringwood. Ringwood now up center ice, going to the left, around. Dishes it to Barrett. Barrett now at the point. Sowers with him. He's got Rudolph. Rudolph over to Ringwood right in front of the net. Is unable to score. Big pushing and shoving behind the net between Ringwood and Matthew Purdue. Also pushing and shoving in front of the net. Not sure who that was from, but Ringwood was on his back. Be another face-off. 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the power play. Ringwood pleading the case to the referee. Now it'll be both 2 minutes penalties on either side. It'll be a 4-on-3. Not sure what the exact 5-on-4, excuse me. Temple will still have a power play for 1 minute, and then they will be at even strength from that point on. Sitting in the penalty box, number 22, Matthew Perdue, and still was number 13, Hunter Hodgson. 2 defensemen in the box for Robert Morris. Clock or scoreboard operators trying to figure out the clock. Just 1 minute and 5 seconds all for the power play for Temple. They lose the faceoff. Robert Morris tries to get it out of the zone. Now, still fighting is Rudolph with it now. Finds Bachutsky across ice. Bachutsky back to Sauer. Sauer back to Bachutsky. Bachutsky pressure on from Keith Reed. Turning it over. Giovanni Palumbo with it back to their own zone. Still trying to kill the power play. Back to Keith Reed again. Now right on net shot. No. It went too high. Janish trying to find teammates. Janish moving up the ice with it. Rudolph with him. He's also got Bachutsky with him. Rudolph back to Janish. Janish behind the net. Looking for someone. Rudolph fighting. Janish fighting. Gross right behind him. They got it. Back to Bachutsky. Bachutsky on the left. Back to Sauer at the point. Sauer the goal scorer for Temple. Rudolph with it. 6 seconds left in the power play. Sauer, top of the key. Another penalty will be called. There was a whistle. Jordan James will have to come off the ice. As will number 25 for Robert Morris. Nathan Isaac. Count the penalties here at the Northeast Skate Zone. A lot of talking going on. Jordan Janish will be in the penalty box for the next 2 minutes. 2 seconds left in the power play. Temple really will have no time. Won by Robert Morris. Robert Morris flips it up, and they kill the power play. Putting pressure on was Anthony Chiaramonte. Big hit on the board. Rudolph racing. Big hit on Andrew Finnegan. Gross fighting alongside Bachutsky. Gross has it now. Trying to give it to a teammate, unable to do. Now with it is Chiaramonte again going up the right side. Flips it over Stonefield. Stonefield racing along with Phillips. Phillips behind the net. Right in front of the net. Right to Maitre. Robert Morris trying to fight it for it. That was number 18, Connor Moran. Again, the leading goal scorer for them last night. We're at even strength now. There are still players in the box. Just they went to the box together. So no advantage for either side. Blake Richmond will take this face-off, as will number 27 for Robert Morris, Garrett Walker. Up to Salasio. Salasio is unable to get it. Now behind the net is number 13, Hunter Hogsden. Lands down just right on net. Kicked away by McCabe. McCabe will just eat it. Blake Richmond knocked the stick out of Tyler Draper's hands. A little bit of fighting still going on between both sides. Blake Richmond will take this face-off for Temple. Winning the face-off was Reed for Robert Morris. Now on the other side of the ice is Sean Patton. Now Richmond fighting Patton for it along with Robert Byrne. Now lands down, has it after the turnover in the neutral zone, flips it into the Robert Morris zone, making changes. Joseph Stalasio coming off, Ryan Bachutsky coming on, Carter Povazan on. Lands down back Good back check there from Lansdowne. Buchutski has it off the turnover, flipped it up off the glass. Racing for it. Robert Moore's player fell over. That was Giovanni Palombo. Looking for the puck was Patton, unable to find it for Robert Morris. It will be an icing for Temple. It'll be back into the Temple zone. Ten shots on goal for Robert Morris. One got the back of the net. 8 shots on goal for Temple. One also found the back of the net. It'll be a face-off. Buchutski taking it for Temple. Draper taking it for Robert Morris. Lang on the far side to Buchutski. Lang now have it. Povazon went between his legs, unable to receive the puck. Flip back. Now making a push is Draper. Draper along with Corbin Ragno. Now the puck was caught by, I believe, Maitre. Ringwood now back on. Rudolph on. Sauer on. Lerner on. Brandon Barrett with those 4. Ringwood wins the faceoff. Back up to Rudolph. Rudolph over to Barrett. Barrett has Rudolph and Ringwood with him. Barrett tries to find Ringwood. Was off of Robert Moore's skate. Lerner at the point. Shot wide left. Pushing and shoving from Ringwood and Draper. Lerner and Sauer. Sauer up to Barrett. Barrett tries to give it to Ringwood. No one home. Rudolph now their shot above the net left. It will be on icing. There'll be a face-off in the Robert Morris zone. Ringwood pleading a case with the referee. Ringwood will stay on after arguing with referees. Ringwood wins the faceoff off the Stonefield. Stonefield shot kicked away by McCabe. Stonefield to Ringwood. Barrett right in front of the net, unable to get it. There will be a penalty called, or will that be just a whistle? No penalty. Ringwood still arguing with the entire Robert Morris team. He was just getting in everyone's face. Now talking to the entire Robert Morris bench. He is fearless when it comes to talking in this game. Nick Gross will take the face-off along with Kohlberg for Robert Morris. Stonefield tried to dish it into the Temple zone. Now going the other way is Martin. Martin gets tripped up. No penalty. It was more of a hit than a trip. Gross hit it right into the leg of Kohlberg. Kohlberg in a bit of pain. Not enough padding on his leg to stop that one. Temple's faceoff was taken by Nick Gross. Taking it for Robert Morris was Walker. Having it is Philip Phillips up to Aiden Croce. Aiden Croce moving along. Nick Gross hands it to Nick Gross. Nick Gross now right in front of the net, falls down, trying to keep it in the zone. Stonefield racing with Chiaramonte. Chiaramonte on the right side, shot wide right. Gross now moving up, putting the pressure on. Robert Morris back to Finnegan. Finnegan flips it up into the Temple zone. Phillips will get it. Phillips around the boards. Croce moving up the ice. Pushing and shoving still. Now Gross. Shot saved by McCabe. Not really too hard of a shot. Stonefield. Off the boards to Pilarski. Lang he was fighting with Walker. Now Pilarski drives it into the Colonial zone. Hits off some sort of board and kicks back the other way. Janish. Fresh legs. Racing. Draves there. Richmond there. Janish over to Lansdowne. Lansdowne up, trying to find Richmond. Richmond now behind the net, fighting with Purdue. Purdue over to Lang. Lang, Draves shot, kicked off of Robert Moore's defender, flips it back up into the Temple zone. It will be no icing, 7 seconds. Temple's got to hurry if they want to get something going here. Big hit from Tyler Draper on Jordan Janish. That will end the period. That will do it for the end of this first period. 1-1 score here in the Northeast Skate Zone. We'll be right back for the second period after this intermission. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Northeast Skate Zone for this second period of the Temple Owls versus the Robert Morris Colonials. 1-1 score here. Both teams, or Temple at least, coming out to warm up. They will be switching sides. Alex Hyde and Maitre in net for Temple, and Caleb McCabe in net for the Colonials. 1-1 score. Still 40 minutes of hockey left to go. Michael Joseph for the Colonials just trying to lead his squad to 2 wins here in their trip to Northeast Philadelphia. But Temple trying to split, as they did lose last night to this same squad just 16 hours ago. Seth Lerner, Nolan Sauer, the goal scorer for Temple. And the goal scorer was Braden Martin for the Colonials. Croce, Bachutsky, Lerner, Sauer, and Bachutsky, Lerner, Barrett, Sauer, and Croce on the ice for Temple. Garrett Walker, Connor Moran, Robert Byrne, Nathan Isaac, and Anthony Chiaramonte, all on the ice for Temple. Caleb McCabe has come over to his coach to discuss something. They will be switching goalies, it looks like. Not sure what the issue is with McCabe, but coming on will be number 30, Patrick Colburn. 3-4 on the year, .917 save percentage. Has barely even warmed up. He's still kind of skating around in his crease. Lerner moving out the ice, as is Barrett. 3-on-3. He's got Pachuski with him. Barrett shot wide right. Lerner racing for it. I will have an update on McCabe as soon as possible. Moving the other way. Losing the puck is number 27, Garrett Walker. Shot on net from Anthony Chiaramonte was wide right. Not on goal. Behind the net, Sauer looking for someone. Now moving up the right side, will fire it off the boards to Croce. Croce mishandles it. It will be an icing. They had a good look there to move up the ice, but Croce was unable to handle the puck. Full line for Temple will stay on the ice. Robert Morris making changes, coming on the ice. Hogsden, Finnegan, Reed, Palumbo, and Sean Patton. Sauer fighting behind with Reed. Sauer up to Croce. Croce tried to find Barrett, was unable to do so. Fighting right to our right below us. Now back, puck finds Lerner. Lerner flips up into the Colonial zone, making changes. Nick Gross, Joseph Salacio, Patrick Salacio. Sauer will stay on, unable to get off. Now Sauer. Also Phillips coming on. Sauer now trying to get off. He has to stay on. Sauer's been on for about a minute and a half. Phillips fighting with Keith Reed. Still fighting Gross still fighting with Reed. Now to the other side of the ice. Joseph Salacio racing against Andrew Finnegan. Sauer has got it. Tries to go up to the point. No, rebound. Shot on net was kicked away from Maitre. Big hit from... That was a big hit from Giovanni Palumbo on Patrick Salacio. Lost his helmet. Charging call. Pleading cases is Draper, along with Michael Joseph and James Joyce on the bench. Pilarski listening in on the conversation. Patrick Salasio absolutely lit up on the far side of the ice. It will be a power play for the Owls. Michael Joseph expressing his emotion to the referees. Just still discussing with head coach. Asking if he checked his helmet. Not sure why the helmet would need to be checked. Still some arguing going on to the left of us. Not sure what the argument still is. Now play will be going back underway, I believe. Finally, on the power play is Temple. Giovanni Palumbo will be in the box for the next 2 minutes. Sauer at the point, trying to go over to Pachutsky. Pachutsky with Janish behind the net. Back around the boards, saving it is Rudolph, keeping it in the zone. Over to Pachutsky. Pachutsky back to Janish behind the net. Janish moving back the other way. Falls down. Janish still looking for it. Robert Morris will clear. Racing back, Sauer along with Chiaramonte. Chiaramonte right in front of the net. Shot is saved by Maitre. That was a great race from Chiaramonte. Great hustle to get back there. Right in front of the net was Connor Moran, and he was unable to get that back in the net. Still arguing is Michael Joseph. Pilarski back behind the net, lands down, looking for an outlet pass. Still waiting up to Barrett. Barrett moves around a Robert Morris defender up to Pilarski. Pilarski, Croce with him, Ringwood with him. Pilarski tries to find Ringwood, unable to do that. Now looking, lands down to Ringwood. Ringwood on the right side, over to Pilarski. Pilarski back to Lansdowne, over to Barrett. Barrett moves right, shot saved by Colburn, and then it is cleared by Chiaramonte. Coming on the ice is Sean Patton along with Garrett Walker. Lansdowne behind the net. 45 seconds left on the power play. Up to Barrett. Barrett tries to find Pilarski, can't. Ringwood racing with Byrne, and that would be an icing. Ringwood was trying to race there to get to the puck fast enough to not call the icing. Ringwood and Lansdowne discussing. Not happy. Face-off will be taken from Ringwood along with Garrett Walker from Robert Morris, excuse me. Lansdowne behind the net, 29 seconds left on the power play. Racing is Lansdowne. Lansdowne over to Pilarski. Pilarski up the right side of the ice, moving quickly. Drops the pass back, no one home. Ringwood fighting along with Patton. Finnegan looking along with Hodgson behind the net. Racing forward is Walker. Walker along with Stonefield fighting for Temple. Now the power play is killed. Even strength. Charles Phillips racing the other way. Croce up in front of him along with that. I believe that is Carter Povazon. Povazon behind the net. Richmond moving right towards net. Backhand is kicked away. Shot again from Phillips. A lot of traffic in front. Unable to get past. Richmond, Stonefield racing with Patton. Patton throws it back behind the net. Patton racing with Stonefield. Stonefield gets hit, gets tangled up, is getting held. Richmond up to Povazon. Povazon back to Phillips. Phillips behind the net. Gets hit, still Now back to Stonefield. Stonefield looking. Lang with it, moving up the right side, trying to find Povazon, unable to do that. Now it'll be back into the Robert Morse zone. Right on net shot. Score! From number 28, Travis Strutt. Robert Morse will take the lead here in the Flyers skate zone above the Owls. 2-1. Just broken play there from Temple. Tipped away right in front to Strutt. Strutt one-on-one with Maitre. Puts it in the back of the net. Looks like the net came a little loose. Referee's trying to fix it along with Maitre. Still trying to mess around with it. Now it'll be a face-off. Taking it for is Bachutsky. Bachutsky wins back to Sauer. Sauer trying to find Croce. Now back to Barrett. Barrett flips it back deeper into the Colonial zone. Lerner with Sauer. Sauer up to Croce. Croce. Colburn coming out of the net to give it to one of his teammates. Now racing up the ice is Byrne. Byrne, slap shot. Wide right behind the net. With it is Strutt, the most recent goal scorer for the Colonials. Moving up the ice is Barrett. Barrett over to Croce. Croce. Shot saved by Colburn. Bachutsky back to Croce. Croce to Barrett. No one home. Barrett still fighting for it along. Nobody really to help him. Croce, big hit behind the net to no avail. Moving up is Byrne. Ringwood had the stick knocked out of his hands. Ringwood behind the net, still knocked back up to the point, shot wide right, flipped right on net, saved by Maitre. Pilarski tried to come on the ice. Croce trying to come off. Croce's been on for a while, but referees tell him no. It'll be a face-off on the far side of Temple zone. Ringwood fighting against Walker. Croce racing for it. Puck is flipped up. Still tangled up on this left side. Waiting for the puck to come out. Still tangled up. Now it comes out to Ringwood. Ringwood flips it over to the other side. Racing is Rudolph. Now behind the net is Hogsden. Racing up is Finnegan. Finnegan over to Chiaramonte. Chiaramonte. Now Temple's turnover to Lansdowne. Lansdowne up into the Colonial zone. Pilarski racing against Finnegan, chasing him down. Bachutsky's Finnegan still with it. Now moving up the ice is Moran up the left side. Lansdowne fighting against Chiaramonte. Chiaramonte right in front. Hit away. Now racing Chiaramonte again on the left side. Back to Garrett Walker. Garrett Walker fighting. Chiaramonte's got the puck back. Puck loose right for the net. Is saved by Maitre. Full line change here. Stonefield, Janish, Phillips, Lang, Richmond. Coming off is Rudolph, Lansdowne, Ringwood, Pilarski, and Dakota Draves. Richmond taking the face off, loses. Now tangled up puck. Janish has got it going the other way. Up to Lang. Lang looking for it, dumps it into the Colonial zone. Racing for it is Richmond. Moving the other way. Robert Morse got no one with him. That was number 21, Alejandro Apu de la Fuente. Janis racing up the ice right side. Phillips fighting with Corbin Ragno. Tangled up on the right still. Puck is loose now. Going the other way is Ragno. Ragno flips it over Richmond. Now Richmond get with the turnover. Janis misses that puck. Robert Byrne with Robert Morris flips it up into the Temple zone, and Maitre will eat it. Still 2-1 score here in the Northeast. Coming on is Patrick Stalaccio, Joseph Stalaccio, Nick Gross, Nolan Sauer, and Seth Lerner. Winning that faceoff is Robert Morris at the point. Fans on it. Right. Patrick Stalaccio got one-on-one shot. Saved. Right on that score. I believe that is a goal. The puck went in before the net came loose. It will be a Temple goal. Right off the rebound, right on the spot, I believe was Joseph Stalaccio getting that rebound from his brother, Patrick Stalaccio. Temple ties this game up 2-2. Big turnover there from Patrick Stalaccio. Setting up that breakaway was 2-on-1. Had his brother to his right. Fires it off the pad of Patrick Colburn. And right there was Joseph Stalaccio to put that one in the back of the net. Sauer with it on the right side. Up into the zone. Robert Morris fighting. Sauer moving back. Patrick Stalaccio moving against the defense. Sauer behind the net. Moving up to his left is Sauer. Sauer going, taking this one himself. Tries to drive it into the Robert Morris zone, unable to do so. Sauer moving back. Gross moving back. 3-on-3 for Robert Morris. Right back. Drop pass. Now it's going the other way. Jake Lang's got it, or Patrick Stalaccio's got to move him fast. Down the right side, he's got 1-on-2 though. He's got to wait for his team. He's got Lansdowne behind him. Flipped up. Lansdowne saves it. Still in the zone. Robert Morris trying to clear. Keep on, and then they eventually do clear over to Draves. Draves drive into the Robert Morris zone. Kicked away by Colburn. Behind the net with it is Byrne. Really not much going on right here, just a lot of standing around. Croce right on the other side of the net, waiting for some pressure. Someone got to do something. Now they're moving up the right side of the ice. Turn over to Croce. Croce moving up the right in front of the net. Shot. Save. And now it is hit away. Almost kept in the zone by Draves. He missed it. Coming off the ice is Byrne. Lansdowne up to Croce. Croce racing against Trevor Kohlberg. Not to be confused with Colburn. Trevor Kohlberg. Barrett's got it on the near side. Trying to fight. Now Buchutski, it's back into the Temple zone. Chiaramonte racing. Lansdowne flips up and caught by Garrett Walker. Garrett Walker 3-on-2. Shot. Saved by Maitre. Rebound. Right in front of the net. Cleared out by Temple. Moving up the right. Shot. Wide right. I believe deflected off of Malik Lansdowne. Dakota Draves over to right the point. Right on the boards. Lansdowne racing with Chiaramonte. Chiaramonte. Gross. Now tried to flip it up. Over. It'll be a 1-on-1. Barrett against Finnegan. Finnegan with the puck. Moving behind the net. Barrett keeps the pressure on. Barrett trying to now come off. Big line change here from Temple. Robert Morris unable to take advantage. Lansdowne still on the ice. Lansdowne looks gassed. Now he gets a big hit into the boards. Phillips still. Lansdowne has to wait. Pilarski trying to clear. Flips it up and over. Almost out of the northeast skate zone. Big flip there. Way over the boards. Still 2-2. Second period. 8 minutes and 33 seconds here remaining in the period. Pilarski racing the other way. Ringwood drives it into the Robert Morris zone. Colburn comes out of the net to flip it back to his teammate. Stonefield fighting. Now moving the other way. Robert Morris right up the center. That was Apu de la Fuente, but offsides was Andrew Finnegan. Taking this face-off will be Draper for Robert Morris, Ringwood for Temple. Winning that is Stonefield. Stonefield over to Philip. Philip to Pilarski. Pilarski up to Rudolph. Rudolph moving up the right side. Rudolph looking, trying to find on the far side. Shot kicked away. Ringwood missed the puck. It was bouncing around. One-on-one is Ragno. Ragno loses the puck, trying to find a teammate. Almost right on net. Hit away from Bachutsky. Or Rudolph. Now hitting it away is Stonefield. Stonefield looking for someone up to Ringwood almost. Was unable to get it to him. Now Robert Morris moving the other way with Andrew Finnegan. Andrew Finnegan still going up the ice by himself. Shot is wide left. Fighting is Phillips. Phillips moving up the ice. He's got Janish with him. He's got Ringwood with him. Now Lang with him. Janish. Goalie stops at Colburn on the other side. Now it is driven on the other side. I believe that will be icing. And it will. It'll be a face-off in the Robert Morris Colonial zone. Lerner, Sauer, Janish, Lang, and Blake Richmond on the ice for Temple. Lang racing against Finnegan. Finnegan, Lang with it now, trying to find someone around a bunch of Robert Morris defenders. Janish tries to find someone, but there is a whistle. Stoppage of play. It'll be a face-off in the Colonial zone. Big line change here for Robert Morris. Coming on is Byrne and Isaac. Coming off is Finnegan and Hogsden. Richmond racing, trying to find someone with it. The puck now is Keith Reed. Now moving up the other way is Palumbo. Palumbo shot hit off of a Robert Morris offenseman. Janish now racing the other way, trying to cause no icing. Gets there. Janish flip the other way. Lang racing against Palumbo. Palumbo now moving fast the other way over to Isaac. Isaac dumps it into the zone. Sauer behind the net. Racing is Braden Martin, the goal scorer from earlier in the game. Lands down up to Janish. Janish unable to handle that puck cleanly. Isaac with it now. Turns the puck over. Lands down. Drives it into the Robert Morris zone. With the puck behind the net. That is Robert Byrne. Byrne up to Braden Martin. Braden Martin tries to give that one to Trevor Kohlberg. Was unable to get there. Nick Gross, 2-on-1 if they hurry. Nick Gross, shot, save, rebound. Was unable to get a shot off. Gross now with it. Back to Draves off the boards. Draves over to Lansdowne. Lansdowne shoots, saved again by Kohlberg. Kohlberg now back out with it is Martin. Martin just flips the other way. I believe that will be icing, and it will. It'll be a face-off. Face-off, Bachutsky will be taking. Bachutsky loses that face-off to Kohlberg. Barrett racing. Lansdowne over to Draves. Draves to Bachutsky. Bachutsky racing up the right side. over to Draves. Draves unable to get it. Barrett racing along with Lansdowne. Lansdowne with it. Tries to give it to a teammate. Kohlberg intercepts. Fighting Lansdowne. Pachutsky along with Moran. Moran now still fighting for it. Line change here for Robert Morris. Malik Lansdowne behind the net trying to give it off. Taking it away is Moran. Moran still fighting against Draves. Lansdowne putting the pressure on. Up to the point. Back over to Finnegan. Finnegan right in front of the net. Shot is off the post. And it is now taken up by Barrett. Barrett keeping it in the zone as Rob Morris 3-on-2. 3-on-2 shot. No goal off the top of the post. That was really close there. Might have looked like it went in. Brandon Barrett looks to be a little hurt or maybe tired. Not sure which one. Garrett Walker now moving up the right side, moving to the left. Right on that shot. Saved by Maitre. Finnegan. Shot. Saved by Maitre again. It goes up and hits the roof. It'll be a stoppage of play. What a sequence of hockey in this last 2 minutes. It will be a face-off. Broken stick. Croce broke the blade off of the head of his stick. He will need to get a new one. Sauer, Pilarski, Stonefield, Ringwood. Only 4 men on the ice right now for Temple. They need a fifth. There was a penalty, on Dakota Draves. So Robert Morris will be on the power play. Shot at the point, wide left. That was from Hogsden, right in front of the net. Shot him, or passed back the other way to De La Fuente. And there will be another delayed penalty. I believe it'll still be 5-on-4. The call is on Ian Stonefield. It'll be a 5-on-3. 5-on-3. See if Temple, this will test their defense. For the next 1 minute and 39 seconds, they will be 5-on-3, and then for the next 21 seconds, it would just be a normal power play 5-on-4. At the point, over to the right, back to the point, shot, saved by Maitre. Pushing and shoving in front of the net. Sauer did not like how Moran was in front of his goalie. Only 7 seconds there. Not much taken off. Ringwood, Pilarski, and Sauer on the ice for Temple to kill this 5-on-3 power play. Sauer, Pilarski chasing. Right on the right side of that shot. Score. He had a wide open net. Good pass there. Not much Temple could do on the 5-on-3. Goal scored by number 8, Keith Reed. Temple will now just be 5-on-4. If Maitre were to make that save, that would be save of the year. He really had no chance there. Right on the other side. Cross ice. Now normal power play for Robert Morris. Drive into the Temple zone. Lansdowne will try to hit it out. Still wrestling on the other side. Lerner fighting. Now on the far side looking up to the point. Point back to the right. Back. Lerner putting the pressure on. Shot. Where's the puck now? It's right in front of the net. Shot again. Hit off Richmond's skate. Phillips looking another shot. Hit off another Temple defenseman. Now Richmond will just flip it over and clear the zone. Back over to Chiaramonte. Chiaramonte racing up the ice really quickly. Up the right side. He's right on net, going around the other side for a rep. Now it'll be back to Palombo. Palombo over to the left side, over back to the right side to Reed. Phillips racing for it, trying to clear, gets hit into the boards, still trying to clear. tangled up over there on the far side of the ice. Now it'll be right on net. Good play there from Lansdowne. Lansdowne right in front. Shot. No wide right. He had a wide open then, just missed it. Up to the point. Back down to the left. Over cross ice to the right. Shot off of, I believe that was Lansdowne, and that'll be a clear from Phillips. Temple trying to make a change. Will they have time? Draves moving up. Sauer trying to get back. 4 seconds left on the power play. 2 seconds. 1 second. Now full strength back for Temple. Right at the point. Deflected. That was Hogsden with a shot. Pilarski racing with him. And there's another penalty called. Pilarski's not happy. There's a Robert Morris player down. That is number 13, Hogsden. Someone will have to attend to him soon. I believe the trainers are coming out. Trying to get the EMT. Interference is the call. The call was on Patrick Stelazio. It'll be 2 minutes for interference. EMT attending to Hogsden. Hogsden still being attended to. Hopefully he's doing okay. It'll be a double penalty. Penalties on. I believe we are going to take a break here while the EMTs attend to Hunter Hogsden. We will be right back when he is up and okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. He was up and off the ice under his own power. Good sign there. Not sure exactly what the problem is. 2 penalties on either side. It'll be on Pilarski for Temple and on number 14, Corbin Ragno, for Robert Morris. It will be 4-on-4. Still making sure that Hunter Hogsden's okay. The defenseman has been great today for Robert Morris. Play is about to resume. Face off, won by Ringwood. Back to Lerner behind the ice. Rudolph with it. 4-on-4 here. Sauer, Lerner, Ringwood, along with Rudolph. Ringwood moving quick up the ice. Now moving towards the center. Ringwood trying to find someone, no one with him. Shot on net. Kicked away by Kohlberg. Over to Ringwood. Ringwood behind the net. Tries to find a teammate. Right in front to Rudolph. Rudolph going wrapping around. Rudolph still fighting for it. Lerner right behind the net. It's over to Rudolph. Will take it. Rudolph tries to get it to Ringwood. Rudolph up to Sauer. Sauer down to Ringwood. Ringwood right in front of Rudolph. Rudolph shot right in the chest of Kohlberg. Trying to get the update on Hunter Hogsden. Still 4-on-4 here for the next minute and 11 seconds. Phillips, Jeffrey Gross, Joseph Stalasio, and Ian Stonefield on the ice for Temple. It's passed and flipped up by Keith Reed, deflected into the Temple bench. Still a minute and 4 seconds, only 7 seconds taken off that clock right there. 25 seconds left, so after this period, we will go into 4-on-4 right out of the break. Flipped up onto the right side, has a teammate with him right in front of the net. Shot, saved by Maitre. Great save there by Alexander Maitre. That shot there was from Reed, passed from Giovanni Palombo. Ringwood coming back onto the ice. Charles Phillips, Julian Rudolph, and Ian Stonefield. 55 seconds left on these two power plays, or I guess 4-on-4. At the point is Byrne. Byrne moving up the left, passes it back to Palombo. Palombo slap shot, saved, kicked away by, I believe, Phillips, right in front of the net. Palombo unable to get it. Now it's hit the other way, and that'll be the end of this period. That will do it for the end of this second period. Robert Morris leads 3-2. We will be right back after intermission. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Northeast Skate Zone of this live broadcast of Temple University Ice Hockey versus the Robert Morris Colonials. My name is Nick Parr, and we are about to get underway in this third period here at the Northeast Skate Zone. Both teams coming out, getting ready to start this third period. Our producer Jacob Smedley was talking to Hunter Hogsden, and he said he feels okay, but he's just got a bit of a headache. So we will get the update. I believe he will be okay. He will not return to this game, I don't think. Patrick Colburn will remain in net for Temple, or for Robert Morris, excuse me. And Pilarski and Giovanni Palombo are talking to the referees. I'm not sure if it was arguing or just talking to each other, just because. Alexei Maitre will remain in net for Temple. Reminder, 4-on-4 for the next 39 seconds. In the box for Robert Morris will be Corbin Ragno, and in the box for Temple is Robert Pilarski. Sauer on the ice, Lerner on the ice, Buchutski along with Brandon Barrett. Buchutski wins that face-off. With it is Sauer. Sauer looking for a teammate, finds Brandon Barrett. Brandon Barrett loses it, eventually gets it back. Still going around with it. Back off the boards to Buchutski. Buchutski up to Lerner. Lerner racing along the left side, gets hit into the boards. It's fired off. Going back to the far side to Palombo. Palombo over to Ragno. Ragno back to Palombo. Palombo to Reed. Reed moving up the ice with Nathan Isaac. Reed eventually comes off. Isaac just fires it right into the zone. Line change, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and back to 5-on-5 here on the ice. Stalasio comes on. Buchutski moving to his right, shot, and it is wide left. Stonefield will let it move out of the zone and just fire it back into the Robert Morris zone. Needs to get a change. Buchutski coming off. Phillips on. Povazan on. He's moving fast up the left side as Povazan. Over to Jeffrey Gross. Stalasio moving up to the right. Now back to the left. Chasing Finnegan. Povazan chasing as well. Phillips trying to keep it in the zone. Now moving up. Shot from Jeffrey Gross. Wide right. Stonefield. Now over. Phillips gets that puck off the turnover. Moving up the left side. Still moving is Phillips. Gets hit in the boards. Fighting along the corner. Gross. Phillips fighting against Draper. Finnegan up. Big hit there from Stonefield. Behind the net. Just hanging out. Over to Finnegan. Finnegan hits, I believe, Rudolph. Rudolph's shot is wide left. Keeping it in the zone is Pilarski. Pilarski just fires it. Ringwood trying to keep it in still. Pilarski's fighting for it. Unable to keep it in the zone. Moving up the ice is Moran. Pilarski now moving the other way. It's getting hooked on his stick. Pilarski still fighting. And now it'll just go into the chest of Maitre. There will be a face-off in the Temple defensive zone. It'll be a penalty on Robert Pilarski for tripping, I believe. So Robert Morris will be on the power play. Temple, next 2 minutes, will be shorthanded. Robert Morris wins that faceoff. Shot from the point is kicked away from Ian Stonefield. Back up, right side, back behind the net is Chermonte. Over, shot is blocked. I believe that was from Stonefield. Blocked now, it is cleared away. Colburn will come out and get it and just hand it right off to Matthew Purdue. Dumped over to Keith Reed. Keith Reed now moving up the ice for Robert Morse. Still on the power play. Tries to find a man. That was number 18, Connor Moran. And he was unable to find him. It'll go right into the chest of Alex Maitre. And it will be a face-off in the Temple zone. Lerner coming back on. I believe Malik Lansdowne will stay on. Hunter Ringwood and Brandon Barrett is the 4 on the ice right now for Temple. Moving on the right. Temple doing a good job clearing on this power play right here. That'll kill about another 20 seconds. Hunter Hogsden, number 13. I believe he's back in the game now. Coming off the injury. Seems to be okay. Over on the left is Ragno, and there will be a penalty on. No penalty, I believe. There was a whistle. Not sure what the whistle exactly was about. I believe offsides. Temple doing a good job of clearing this penalty. Killing it. Ringwood on the faceoff. Wins that one. Lansdowne drives it into the Robert Morse zone. Colburn will go behind the net to get that puck. Serves it to Hogden. Up to Draper. Draper moving up the right side. Lansdowne chasing. Now back behind the net. Hit by Lansdowne. He's down. Lansdowne trying to pick up his stick. Lost his glove. Still trying to handle his stick. Now behind the net. Up to the point. Back behind the net. Trying to find someone. Just fires it off of Maitre's back of his leg. Ringwood fighting. And I believe that, there's a penalty on the ice on. The penalty was on number 27 or 21, excuse me. Number 21, Alejandro Apu de la Fuente. That penalty was on. So, 4-on-4 for the next 14 seconds. And then Temple will have 1 minute and 46 seconds of an extra man. Temple did a good job of killing this first power play. And now they will go on the advantage after these 14 seconds. Ringwood will take the faceoff. Juan Barrett over to Lansdowne. Lansdowne back to Ringwood. 4-on-4 still for 10 seconds. Lansdowne fires it right on that. Ringwood almost hit it right into the net, in the air. Now 5-man on the ice for Temple. Coming on is Pilarski. Barrett right behind the net. Still looking for a pass. Barrett still looking. Back to Ringwood. Ringwood off his skate. Hits it back to Barrett. And Barrett thought Pilarski was there, and he just wasn't. Lansdowne racing. Lansdowne behind the net. Still trying to make a push. Ringwood now moving, goes to his right. Ringwood up to Pilarski. Pilarski's racing forward, was unable to handle it. Ringwood in the neutral zone. 2-on-1. Finally gives it over to Lansdowne. Up to Barrett. Barrett moving up the ice. Barrett trying to go to his right. Shot. Saved by Colburn. Barrett still looking. Dumps it over to the near side of the ice. It'll be a drive right this way. Heads up. Whew. Jeez, 4 right here. Oh my goodness. That was almost got our camera. Heads up. I saw him winding up, and I knew, man, I better get out of the way of this puck. Pachutsky fighting. Gross. Now behind the net having it is Hogsden. 40 seconds left on this power play. Robert Morris doing a fantastic job of killing this power play. Sauer. Tried to find Gross, could not get to him. Now moving up the ice. Sauer. Temple looking sluggish here on their passes. Not skating too well. Rudolph unable to handle that puck. 17 seconds left on this power play. Behind the net is Sauer. Sauer back to Jeffrey Gross. 10 seconds. Still 5-on-4 if they hurry. Rudolph moving up the left side. Slap shot. Wide left. Back to full strength is Robert Morris. Right in front of the net. And unable to get a full shot on that. Still having it is Rudolph. Rudolph over to Gross. Gross shot. Kicked away by Colburn. Now having it again is Bachutsky. Bachutsky over to Sauer. Sauer shot. Saved by Colburn. Trying to clear as Robert Morris. Still having it now is Sauer looking. And they're trying to clear the zone, and they eventually do. Line change here for Robert Morris. Sauer. Phillips coming on. Bachutsky with it. Bachutsky still looking. Now moving up, do it himself to his left. And now we'll try to hit it over to Phillips. Phillips wasn't there. Miscommunication here. Stonefield. Up to Stellacio. Stellacio trying to find it, and that's flipped up into the bench. We a stoppage of play. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Here, 13 minutes flat left to go in this third period. Temple looking to tie it up this game. Phillips trying to race up the ice. Stonefield kicks it up to Richmond. Richmond fighting for it with Lang. Lang hits it off the boards, now goes back the other way. He's trying to find someone. Loses the puck. It's turned over, going back the other way. Robert Morris flips it up. That was number 11, Trevor Kohlberg. Stonefield tries to find Richmond. Can't. Still fighting is Richmond. Richmond finally gets it and loses the puck. Turns the wrong way. Richmond still fighting. Knocking it down to Stellacio. Nobody really going for the puck. There was a penalty called. Will there be a penalty? I'm not sure what the whistle is. No penalty, I believe. Yep. Still be 5-on-5. Face-off will be taken by Ringwood for Temple. Reed for Robert Morris. Won by Ringwood. Rudolph fighting. Tipped. Maitre's got it. That was a tipped off of Palumbo's stick. And it was a misdirection. Maitre kept his eye on it and took that puck in his chest. It'll be another face-off. Ringwood taking it. Palumbo taking it for Robert Morris. Robert Morris up over the net. Pilarski fighting Patton for the puck. Now out of the zone. It'll just be flipped right into the Temple zone, and Maitre will eat it. Now, still 3-2. .11:53. Temple has looked sluggish on their passes. Isn't skating too well. Will be up to the point. Shot bounced off of Rudolph. Racing Pilarski. Pilarski. Now Rudolph putting the pressure on. Flipped up. Trying to get it is Ringwood. Lands down, bats it away. There's a whistle on the ice. There's a hurt owl. I believe that is Julian Rudolph. He looks to be getting up. He's just a little shaken up. Looks to be okay. Trainer coming on. He'll be okay. Not sure if he's going to stay in the game, but he is skating on his own power. He will come off. Still 5-on-5, no penalties. Face off. Won by Temple. Wrapped around Croce. Now with it trying to find someone racing for the puck. Now having it is Chiaramonte. Chiaramonte shot right into the chest of Maitre. Little pushing and shoving from Sauer, and I believe that is number 18. That is Connor Moran. Taking this face-off for Robert Morris will be Tyler Draper. Taking it for Temple will be Bachutsky. Winning it was Bachutsky. Turnover in their own zone. Shot right off the mask of Maitre. Shot over the net from Robert Morris. Just missed it. Big hit on Croce. Now taking it is Hunter Hogsden. Croce trying to race for it right into the chest of Maitre again. Maitre with 34 saves tonight. Temple's got 11 minutes to tie this game up. Question is, will they be able to do it or will they not? Behind the net is Stonefield. Stonefield up to Stalasio. Stalasio, he's got Jeffrey Gross with him. Dumps it into the Colonial zone. Pilarski over to Gross. Gross fighting. Stalasio still behind the net. Now still fighting is Jeffrey Gross. Jeffrey Gross now with the puck, trying to find it still. Batting around. Up off the boards. Now going the other way is Robert Moore, and he just hits it cross ice. Stonefield over to Phillips. Stonefield loses it. Another bad pass. Go cross ice. RMU looks to change. Still moving up the ice. And that will be a puck over the boards, a whistle. It'll be a face-off. Face-off here. Richmond will take it. Lands down. He's got Draves with him. Moving up the ice, the right side. Moving quickly, lands down with Richmond. Richmond moving up the ice, trying to look for a pass. Surrounded by Robert Moore's defenders. Now tangled up on the far side boards. Looking for it. Out to Draves. Draves slap shot. Wide left. Lang to Janis. Janis fighting for it. Unable to get it. Lang fighting. Falls down. Moving up the ice is Janis up the left side. He will shoot and is wide right. Draves drives it back into the zone, taken away from Finnegan. Finnegan over to, that was Martin. Now with it is Ringwood. Ringwood bats it away. Temple needs a spark here of some sort. Hogsden with it up to Finnegan. Finnegan drives it into the zone. Lerner racing with Patton. Now going up there. Big hit again. Rudolph flipped it up, trying to clear his Temple, unable to do so. Sauer. Maitre will just eat it. Temple's passes have been slow, unable to receive passes, isn't not skating too well. They just look out tired. They're really more tired than Robert Morris is. Shot right off the face-off, right into Maitre. That was the quickest sequence of hockey. Only 3 seconds. Ringwood will take this face-off against Giovanni Palombo. Won by Palombo. Trying to keep it in the zone. Pilarski right on net by himself. Pass it to Rudolph. Rudolph back to Pilarski. Shot saved by Patrick Colburn. What a save there by Colburn. 2-on-0. Rudolph gets over to Ringwood on cross ice. Ringwood back to Sauer. Sauer over to Lerner. Lerner shot off of Robert Moore's skate. That was Keith Reed. Now moving back up is Robert Morris. What a save there by Patrick Colburn. Pilarski just throws his stick. I believe he either lost it or maybe it's broken. But the stick is still laying on the ground. Sauer moving up the ice. Croce. Sauer tries to pick it up, loses it. Behind the net, trying to get a shot on net, and the puck is fought for and is saved. Too much traffic there in front of the net. It'll be a face-off in the Colonial zone. There's stick shards on the ice also, right in the center circle. Taking this face-off is Ryan Bachutski. Taking it for the Colonials will be Garrett Walker. Temple had a great chance, great save from Patrick Colburn. Barrett trying to put the pressure on Matthew Purdue. Now moving the other way is Hogsden. Flipped up. Bachutski racing for it as long as Stonefield. Behind Temple's net fighting. Now up to the right. Moving fast the other way is Bachutski trying to move around a ton of Robert Morris defenders. Unable to get past. And then kicked away from Maitre. Moving up. Trying to make a pass. Turns it over in his own zone. Shot deflected. Barrett just flips it into the center of the ice. And that is a whistle. Connor Moran pleading a case. That will be a penalty. Temple will be on the power play. Can Temple take advantage here? I believe 2 minutes for, hooking. I'm not sure exactly what the penalty is, but it'll be a power play for Temple. Last power play, Robert Morris absolutely did great killing the power play. Pilarski. Robert Morris tries to clear, unable, and now they do. 2 minutes for roughing is the call. Behind the net is Lansdowne. Lansdowne up to Pilarski. Pilarski to Ringwood. Ringwood goes to the left of him. Tries to flip it up and over. Can't. Now driven back. Clear. Lansdowne behind the net. Temple will just reset. Lansdowne trying for some help. Reed putting the pressure on. Lansdowne just shoots it way across the ice. Croce not happy. Lansdowne, if they move quickly. Lansdowne does not move quickly. Lansdowne needs to get off the ice. He is tired. Behind the net was Rudolph. Rudolph now moving fast. Tries to make a move. Gets hit. Now he's moving back the other way. Hits it over to Gross. Jeffrey Gross gets a hit away. Jordan Janish back to Bachutski. Bachutski over to Jeffrey Gross. Jeffrey Gross looking for someone. Shoots, deflected. Bachutski with the shot off the rebound is also deflected. On the far side, Gross out to Rudolph. Rudolph tries to find Sauer and is unable to do so. There will be a right on net. Chiramonte's shot is scored. Short-handed goal from Robert Morris will put them up 4-2 with 5 minutes and 25 seconds left. Short-handed goal here from Robert Morris. That might be the dagger in this game for Temple. Temple down 2. Late in last night's game, they did score with late time, but they eventually weren't able to get all the way to tie the game up. Just 19 seconds left on this power play. Phillips racing back along with Richmond. Moving fast is Blake Richmond. 1-on-4. He's got no help with him. Salasio fighting. Both teammates kind of hit it away. Stonefield racing back with Phillips. Shot right on net is saved by Maitre. Maitre will just eat it. Oh, no, he won't. He will give it over to Richmond, but the whistle was called already. It would be a face-off. Janish, Stalasio, Patrick Stalasio, Dakota Draves, Jeffrey Gross, Malik Lansdowne on the ice for Temple. Face-off is tangled up. Robert Morris along with Byrne fighting with it. Moving up the ice, dumps it, Draves deflected. Now with it is Malik Lansdowne. Lansdowne looking for someone, hits it off the boards to Janish. Janish just kind of lofts it into the Robert Morris zone. Off the boards, Draves trying to move into the zone. It's gotten by their goalie, Patrick Colburn, hit over to Lansdowne. Lansdowne drives it into the zone. Gross. Jane is putting pressure on Patrick Stalasio. Also, Lansdowne skating back. Along with Draves. Draves trying to move fast up the ice. Hits it to Janish. Janish turns it over in the neutral zone. Moving up the ice. Right in front of the net. The puck is hit away. Patrick Stalasio. Now to the right. Shot. Deflected. Shot again. More deflections. A lot of traffic. Puck is on the right. Flipped over to the other side. Right on behind the net. Right on net. Shot is saved by Maitre. Puck deflects off. Now Patrick Stalasio moving quick the other way. Just drives it right at the goalie, looking for a line change. 3 minutes and 17 seconds left. Trying to keep it in the zone is Pilarski. Pilarski. Ringwood not able to get there. On the left side. Pilarski fighting. Rudolph. Chiaramonte fighting along with Rudolph. Rudolph gets hit down to the ice and is flipped up into the net. It will be a face-off in the neutral zone. Ringwood takes it for Temple. Keith Reed will take it for the Colonials. Lerner looking over to Sauer. Sauer fires that into the Colonial zone. Pilarski looking. Rudolph out to Sauer. Sauer fires it on net. Kicked away. Ringwood behind the net. Finds Sauer. Sauer looking. Fires it right on net again. Kicked away. Ringwood right in front of the net is battered around, and Colburn will cover it. Bachotsky coming on, Barrett coming on, Croce coming on, Phillips on. Both teams will skate to their bench. Timeout, Owls. Adam Calabrese will want to go over some things with his team. Alex Maitre with 39 saves on the night. Colburn with 31. Lot more pressure here tonight from the Colonials. Temple in this third period just hasn't looked like themselves. They're not skating along with the Colonials. They're not passing along with the Colonials. Just looking tired. Temple and Adam Calabrese still discussing. Michael Joseph just telling his team just 2 minutes and 26 seconds is all we need. And then we come out of the Northeast with 2 wins here in the last 2 days. Adam Calabrese trying to motivate his team to skate with them, score 2 goals here and tie it up, at least get to overtime in the next 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Ringwood will take the faceoff out to Sauer. Sauer back to Ringwood off the boards. Right in front, Rudolph over on cross ice. Back to Barrett. Barrett looking. Just will fire it, hits Ringwood. Stalasio behind the net. Machutsky fighting for it. Tries to give it to Rudolph, but goes past him. Sauer skating back. Maitre has come off. Temple will get an extra man. Right under us is the puck. Back to Ringwood. Ringwood over to Sauer. Sauer over to Rudolph. Off the boards. It's batted away. Turnover, minute 40. Sauer will try and save the puck because Barrett would have been off sides. Ringwood just drives it into the zone. Minute and 28 seconds. Robert Morse is trying to clear a shot right at the net. Is wide right by just a couple, about a foot. Very close. Robert Morris is calling a timeout here, getting some of their players off the ice. Temple just got a minute and 23 seconds to put 2 goals in the back of the net here. Robert Morris has just played better in this game here today. A lot more shots on goal, putting the pressure on Maitre. Here at the Flyers Northeast Skate Zone. Pilarski's on. Ringwood, Bachutsky, Barrett, Rudolph, and Sauer. That's right, 6 men on the ice here for Temple due to Alexei Maitre coming off. Temple's getting their 6th man. Face-off won by Draper. Bachutsky tries to keep it in the zone. Now it is 2-on-1. Hit over to trying to save it and get a shot on net. Unable to do so. Sauer with it now behind the net. A minute left. Just over a minute. Robert Morse will drive it just back into the Temple zone. That'll be an icing. It'll be a face-off back in the Temple zone. Temple with just a minute and 2 seconds left to score 2 goals, put this game into overtime. Ringwood will take this face-off against Tyler Draper. Won by Draper. Putting the pressure on is Temple. Ringwood. Back to Ringwood. Ringwood will just shoot one on net. It is saved. Arguing on the bench is Giovanni Palombo. Ringwood. Another heads up there. Almost got up here. If I stuck my hand out, I might have been able to catch that one. It'll be another face-off in the Colonial zone. Barrett coming off the ice. Gross. Out to Lansdowne. Lansdowne to Gross. Gross looking. Just puts it right in the slot. No one home. Temple trying to keep it in the zone. Flipped up and it hit the roof. So we will do a face-off. 31 seconds. Last shift here for Robert Morris and Temple. Ringwood will take this face-off. Ringwood taking this face-off. Again, wins. Rudolph shot wide right. And that'll be an icing, I believe. Yes, it will. 21 seconds for Temple now. The longest minute in sports is the last one, as is this. Ringwood taking this face-off against Trevor Kohlberg. Ringwood loses. Shot right at the net from his own player. Almost scored on himself. Now moving up the ice, and it'll be a shot. It hits Sauer. 10 seconds left. Sauer over to Gross. Gross fighting for it. 6 seconds. Croce over to Pilarski. 2 seconds. Pilarski's got to shoot. Over to Croce. Croce's shot saved by Colburn. And that will do it from the Northeast Skate Zone. Here again from Temple against Robert Morris. Robert Morris takes this one 4-2. Good game there from Robert Morris. Just nothing Temple could do was slowing up there towards the end in the third period. Everyone playing a good game. Patrick Colburn played fantastic coming in that second period, playing 40 minutes of great hockey, letting in 1 goal in the last 2 periods. That'll do it here from the Northeast Skate Zone. Robert Morris comes out with a victory 4-2.